What's up, boys? Got some more NBA player props for you guys today over on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is my favorite website and app for some NBA player props and just pretty much all player props in general. We got March Madness going on. They're doing a bunch of discounts. They went 4-0 yesterday, where they discounted players, so you guys can go ahead and make some pairings. Went up to 10 times your money on PrizePicks. Highly recommend joining. Use code DOMG when you guys do go ahead and sign up. That makes your first deposit 100% up to $100, so I definitely recommend joining PrizePicks. Again, use code DOMG. It helps me out a ton. And helps you guys out as well because you guys get a 100% deposit match up to $100. But so I didn't record a video yesterday because it was just the Pistons and the Magic game. That was a horrible game that I didn't I didn't want to deal with, so I didn't do anything for that. So I kind of took the day off for that. But bounced back today, and I got a pretty good couple ones here. But the day before though, we were 2-1 in the video, so profitable day. 3-2 on the Patreon. So I was hoping for a little bit better on the Patreon, but profit's profit. So. But let's go ahead and try to have a big night tonight. Let's go for the sweeps. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So yeah, okay. So I got a first half point prop, which is probably might be my favorite one of the day. Yeah, it might be my favorite of the day. And I got 2 rebound props for you guys. All of those are going to go ahead and be overs. So let's go ahead and talk about the first half point prop to begin with. And this might be my favorite one. I'm not quite sure yet, but this is one I've been eyeing for a long time, and I'm finally gonna pull the trigger on this one. It's going to be Bruce Brown over 6.5 first half points. So let's go ahead and pull up Statmuse here. So we got Statmuse here. Let's go ahead and type in Bruce Brown first half game log. So we take a look at what he's done in the first half of some of these games here. So he's been playing about 18, 19, 21 minutes in his last 3. So he's been getting even more minutes in the first half. But if you take a look here, he's hitting 7 out of his last 10 games, including 3 straight where he against Dallas, who's a very tough small forward defense, Orlando, who's a tough small forward defense, and then the Knicks, who play at a very small pace. So he's been able to do it against all 3 of those teams here. He did fail against Philadelphia, but again, he hit against Charlotte, got hooked on the Boston game right there, hit against Miami, hit against Toronto twice, missed against Milwaukee, hit against Boston. So I think it's a pretty good spot here if you take a look at the matchup here, which we will do here. But yeah, so Bruce Brown over 6.5, I'm definitely liking quite a bit here. He's a minus 104 to hit for full game, but not the first half. There's not really any odds for the first half, but right here. So small forward going against the Portland Trail Blazers. It's a 7:30 tonight, 14.5 point spread, 228 over under right there. So definitely a lot of blow up potential here, which is not necessarily a good thing, but it is a first half point prop, so that could be fine, hopefully. But yeah, let's take a look though at Bruce Brown here, small forward going against the Portland Trail Blazers. So small forward against Trail Blazers, they're on the second most points in the NBA this season to the small forward position. Last 7 games here, they're allowing the 3rd most points per game to the small forward position. Great spotting for Bruce Brown that I'm definitely liking a lot. He used to be 5.5 on here, but they bumped his points up full game, so they bumped up his first half. But I like it a lot. I would have liked it a lot more at 5.5, but 6.5, I still think it's good enough to pull the trigger on this one. At least that's what I'm going to do. But always take everything at your own risk. Always do your own research. And don't go directly just off of what I say, because a lot of stuff changes by the end of the day when I submit my lineups. So it just depends, man. I mean, like all the time, odds go down throughout the day and stuff. And just there's a lot of stuff that throws me off, throws me for a loop. So just go ahead and play everything at your own risk, do your own research, all that different stuff. But that's one that I'm definitely liking today. But 14.5 point spread, so 228 over under. All right, let's take a look at another prop here. We're going to go ahead and talk about a rebound prop. We'll go with my other one that's tied for a favorite today. Let's go with Jorgente Murray over 7.5 rebounds. By the way, join the Discord in the description. A bunch of guys doing research over there. Z Trombley brought this one to my attention here. In the Discord, we got a bunch of good minds over there. So if you guys are interested in joining that Discord. But 7.5 rebounds is what his line is at here. We're hoping he can grab at least 8. We're looking for the over here. Averaging 8.2 in his last 5 games. Let's take a look more into this one. He's a minus 128 to hit this over. He's hitting 62% of his games this season. 7 out of 10 in his last 10 games. He had 12 in the first matchup versus the Pelicans this season and 7 in the second. So we got hooked in that second matchup, which I believe was in February. So unfortunately, he was not able to hit last time, but we're looking for him to grab at least 8 this time around. So let's take a look at this here. So the Pelicans game, what time is that? Right here, 8:30. So point guard going to the Pelicans. It's a 2-point spread, 237.5 over, not even half, just 237 over under. I'm liking this a lot. Great over under usually means it's a good pace, not all the time, but usually means it's going to be a pretty good pace. So hopefully a lot more rebounds. And it's a 2-point spread, so it should hopefully not blow out, even though pretty much all games can blow out. Brandon Ingram is out, so I'm liking this a little bit for Jorgente Murray so far. Let's take a look at the matchup, though. So point guard, rebounds versus the Pelicans. And the Pelicans here are pretty much on the easier side here. So let's count this a little bit. 3, 6, 9, 10. They're on the 10th most rebounds per game to the point guard position so far this season. So it's looking like a pretty good matchup here. Rebounds here, the Pelicans are still on the easier side. 3, 6, 9, I think that is. 10, 11. I think they're on the 11th most per game in the last 7 games. So they've stayed consistent on being an easy matchup season long, it looks like, for the most part. So I'm liking this a little bit for Jorgente Murray. The odds are great. The game looks great. 237 over under. Matchup looks great. It's definitely one that I'm definitely going to be eyeing tonight. Him and Bruce Brown are my 2 favorites. So we'll see if they can end up hitting here. And this one would probably be a favorite for me too if he did not get bumped up. But this is the 3rd prop of the day. It's going to be Rudy Gobert over 13.5 rebounds. Running this one back. We ran it up not too long ago, and he did very, very good for us. He had like 20 rebounds. And his line was at 12.5. So I'm liking this a little bit for Rudy Gobert, coming off a 20 rebound game. So 14.6 average in his last 5 games, but that's obviously a little bit bumped up there by that Chicago game. But if you take more of a look into this prop, he's at only a minus 105 to hit this over, which kind of, not the greatest. 65% hit rate this season, 7 out of 10 hit rate in his last 10 games, and he had 17 in the last matchup versus the Clippers, which was December 15th. So he was able to hit last time by a good amount too. So center here, going to see Clippers, 9 o'clock tonight, 6-point spread, 213.5 over under. Not necessarily anything good here. It's kind of a little bit ugly in my opinion. It could be worse, I guess, with the spread, but I don't know. Not liking this too much here. So that's kind of why it's on the bottom of my list here. But let's take a look at the matchup here and where the Clippers rank. So the Clippers are allowing 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're on the 9th most rebounds this season per game to the center position. Check out the last 7 games where the Clippers are at. And the Clippers here are a little bit on the harder side. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're on the 10th least amount of rebounds in the last 7 games per game to the center position. So, it's a pretty good spot here for Rudy Gobert still. It's definitely one that I'm liking. I'm confident in. I never post anything I'm not confident in. But, it's the worst of the 3, but I definitely am liking all 3 tonight. So let me know what you guys think about these props in the comments. If you like something else, let me know in the comments too. If you want to, let everyone else know. And let's go ahead and take some of PrizePicks money today. That's the goal. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, man. I seriously do appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you guys all have a good night tonight. I appreciate all the support, win or loss, man, always. You guys have always been very, very supportive of everything. So I seriously do appreciate you guys. All the love on the channel. I get it all the time. And that's literally all I ask for. So you guys are great. I seriously do appreciate you guys. Keep on liking, keep on subscribing to the channel. It helps me out a ton. But I think that's pretty much going to do it. Again, use code DOMG on PrizePicks. Match your first deposit up to $100. Join the Discord, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Hit big tonight.